Live from St. Vital Centennial Arena, GShow Productions is proud to bring you Episode 6 of the official Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League podcast. I'm your host, Graham, the GShow Forsyth. This episode is brought to you by Mid Canada Fasteners Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. Be sure to visit their website at midcanadafasteners.shop.com today to check out their great prices and their great products. And until the end of this month, you can use midcanadafasteners.shop or GShow Productions promo code when visiting their stores to get a free Milwaukee Coffee Mug with any one of your purchases. Be sure to cash in on that. It's worth the purchase, I think, to get a free coffee mug, free gift for someone this Christmas coming up. We're also brought to you by Terrico and goaltenders. We're not going to show those on screen right now because not sure how great they're going to look, screwed up like the Mid Canada Fasteners Tools one. But we were here at St. Vital Centennial Arena tonight for a game between the St. Vital Junior Victorias and the the Pembina Valley Twisters that ended up getting canceled due to a problem in the ice. We got highlights of this game, though, to show you guys. We're going to bring on Coach Tyler Anderson in just a moment here. But yeah, another struggle for the Victorias, starting off slow in their first period of action. As we take you guys to that game now, it started off with Colette putting in a cross-crease pass set up by Xander Carrolls to give PV the 1-0 lead, and then PV taking advantage of a breakdown from the Vics on the defensive side of things. Merrick DeGrave potting his 15th of the season, and then in what ended up being the final goal of the contest, the Vics with some trouble with the puck again, trying to clear it out. The Twisters with a good counterattack, sniped from the top of the slot. And that's how that game ended up ending for now, as not sure when it's going to be rescheduled next. We got head coach of the St. Vital Junior Victorias joining the show now. We'll get you set up on the headset here, Coach. It's a bit tangled up, I know. A bit makeshift, but
lovely.
Great to have you on. You comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
So, Coach, it's your first season as a head coach here in the mmjhl. We'll start off with that first off. What's the journey been like so far here in these past 20 or so games?
You know, it's been a lot of fun. It's pretty cool, you know, coaching a team and like a team I grew up watching, right? I remember watching these Vics as a kid and like some of their final series against Charleswood, so it's pretty special to be able to coach the team now. It's been a big learning process, obviously. I think, you know, first time as a head coach, like, you have to lean on a lot of people. Like, I'm communicating lots with Jeff Mitchell, who's our GM now, who's coached the team for the last little while, like, to seek advice, and spoke with some of my prior coaches. So it's been an adjustment, but it's been a lot of fun.
You know, this team has gone through different adjustments this season, of course, having to play the last little while without Captain Dennis Gagnon. It's been rougher for the team in the past 4 games, especially dropping 3 of your last 4, winning, of course, on Sunday, but getting off to another slow start in a first period here at home. Could you take me through what you've been seeing exactly from this team getting off to the slow starts they have been?
Yeah, it's definitely been a difficult stretch here. I feel like in junior hockey there's always seems to be a time where teams go through little stretches where things aren't going their way, and I think you pointed to it. Missing Denny Gagnon is obviously a big hit. Like, he does so many little things that you don't really notice on the back end, but he helps on our back end a ton, so that's a guy we miss, and we're hoping to get back soon. But in terms of the slow starts, that's obviously something we're going to need to clean up. You know, you can't dig yourself out of 3-0, 4-0 holes, but to be honest, even though we're down 3-0 in this game tonight, like, I really like the compete from our guys tonight. The effort was there. I feel like the buy-in was there tonight. It's just, like I said, just little mistakes that seem to cost us, and the puck's in the back of our net. So, you know, those are things you can clean up. You can clean up structure. You can clean up, you know, defensive positioning. But you can't clean up compete. You can't clean up buy-in. And I think we're seeing more of that now. After those last 2 weeks, we've had some difficult conversations. So, yeah, happy with the team's effort tonight. Obviously, we need to clean things up, though. So.
Yeah, and I mean, the talent is evident on this team. I mean, I've seen it this season. The people who have been in attendance for these games have seen how talented guys like Rubany and Netchwaduk are for this team. Payson Butler having a great season. Bringing in the Anderson boys has been huge for this team, as you and the staff and the rest of the team knows, though. But like you were saying, you like the teams compete, the effort. We saw that tonight. Also getting chances in on net, but just failing to get that last touch, that one great shot that's going to beat the goaltenders, right? So is there something that the coaching staff, the team's looking at to, clean up in that way to generate more offense, more prime scoring chances for going forward?
Yeah, we're definitely, in practice, I feel like we're doing a lot of scoring drills to try to work on goal scoring. But to be honest, we've kind of been preaching to the guys that in games where scoring's tough, and that's going to be a lot of playoff hockey games, they're not going to be pretty. It's going to be getting to the net, good habits, taking away eyes from the goalie and just getting pucks through. So I think we're trying to preach those good habits in order to, generate offense the dirty way. Like you said, we have a lot of skill on our roster, but, come crunch time, skill's not going to win you a championship, right? Skill can win you a game, but in terms of a series, you got to bear down and play hockey the right way. So that's what we're kind of preaching right now and working from there.
Yeah, and that's actually something I had said on the broadcast, is a team with so much skill, it's just those pretty plays aren't there as much right now, so gotta look for the more simplistic, gritty type of goals, right? And that's something that, obviously, like you just alluded to, something this team will be looking to do more of. But one thing that I've noticed throughout the struggles, and something that I haven't seen from this team since watching them as much as I did last year and even at the start of this year, but getting more physical, even putting out dirty plays on the opponents. Does that come down to just the frustration, getting away from your guys' game and seeing more of those undisciplined plays, hits?
I think it's maybe a little bit of lack of focus and definitely a lack of discipline. So that's one thing, us as a coaching staff, we've been trying to harp on, right? We can't put ourselves in positions to kill, right? You want to win hockey games, you want to be playing 5-5, and there's a lot of teams in this league that have very good power play, so you're always staying below the box, but you know what? I don't think it's out of frustration. I think it's like maybe a lack of focus and lack of discipline rather than frustration. So obviously, like, things we need to clean up. But we like to play like a good, hard, but clean game.
For this team, this game unsolved tonight, of course, due to the ice issue. Have you gotten an update? Has anyone from the staff gotten an update on what's going to be happening with this unfinished game tonight?
We haven't heard yet. Speaking with Jeff from last year's staff, he mentioned that in the league last year they had a situation similar where they played 4 periods a night, so I'm not sure if they do 5, so I'm really not sure what they'll do, but they'll figure something out, I'm sure.
Big test coming up for St. Vital team that has slid down the standings as the season has gone along. No longer that top 5 placement in the league around there. Going up against a St. James junior hockey team that is the defending champs, of course, and the Canucks have been losing a bit more than lately. You guys handed them their first loss of the season here at St. Vital earlier in the season. They got frustrated in that game, and their coach pointed to that being a big reason why that game got away from them. Heading into this one, third matchup or so of the season against them at home, is it going to be about feeding off the home crowd energy, or what's going to be the game plan heading into that one?
To be honest, I think I've been really happy with how we played against them in both games of the season. Even though we're 1-1, I was very happy with our road game there. So I think we'll definitely show up. Obviously, when you're playing a team that's lost 2 games, 3 games, like a team that's dominated this league, the guys are going to be excited. So I think a bigger issue for me is we got to be able to play with that excitement and that compete and want to win no matter who we're playing. But definitely on Thursday, I expect our guys to be ready to go and put up a good fight.
You've brought up compete so many times throughout this interview, and that's exactly what was a big reason why this team was able to lead themselves to a win in St. Vital back early in the season when you handed St. James their first loss of the year, not giving them any room to breathe, making it tough on them at all ends of the ice. Is that part of the game plan heading in, is playing that full 60 minutes, high compete, tight checking game against a very dangerous St. James team?
Yeah, 100%. Like, you don't, a team like St. James where they can score, they have a lot of skill. Like, you want to make the night hard for them. You want to be skating in lanes, getting above them, just making their night really hard so they aren't able to generate that offense easily. So yeah, I think we've done a good job of it twice, but hopefully on Thursday night we're able to do it again and hopefully get another big win at home. So.
Well, GShow Productions will be here on Thursday night. Hopefully the ice will have itself sorted out by then and we can get back to playing some hockey here at the Centennial. But head coach Tyler Anderson of the Junior Victorias joining me for the first ever in-person interview here on GShow Productions for the MMJHL podcast. Coach, always a pleasure. Great to have you on, and we'll see you Thursday.
Awesome.
Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Of course, great having you on. We're going to cut to our promo screen here, and myself, Graham the GShow Forsyth, will be back solo in just a moment. And welcome back, everybody, to this edition of the MMJHL podcast on GShow Productions, of course, brought to you by Mid Canada Fasteners and Tools, your one-stop shop for all your industrial needs. Be sure to cash in on their deal. Use GShow Productions on any one of your purchases in-store in Brandon or Winnipeg today to get a free Milwaukee coffee mug with any one of your purchases. Their stores close until the new year on Friday, so be sure to take advantage of that while it lasts. We're also brought to you by, I want to see how these look. Yeah, they're all up in the screen here. This always glitches out, but brought to you by Terrico, serving Manitoba producers for over 80 years in the agricultural industry. Check out their website and why they're so trusted at terrico.ca. And we're also brought to you by Goaltenders, your goalie's personal video review service. Be sure to check out their website for more at gordytomlinsongoalies.ca. So, just had Tyler Anderson on, head coach of the St. Vital Junior Victorias, and his team, even though they've been struggling, first period has really been tough for them as of late. He's still high on their compete and their effort level, which he says is two things you can't really teach, and he's right about that. And to be fair, when this team did get back into the win column on Sunday, they ended up scoring in the first period against the Stonewall Jets. So definitely something that the Vics are capable of. Missing team captain right now, Denny Gagnon, has definitely hurt them a bit in terms of their spirit in the room, but they're working out of it, it seems like. Down 3-0 in a game that didn't finish tonight against the Pembina Valley Twisters, but they had some good chances. Defensively, though, is somewhere where the Vics really have to clean things up, help out their goaltenders more, and Nick Jarris tonight, who was looking like he was holding on for dear life sometimes. But there were other games in the MMJHL that I'm sure have finished outside of this one. Of course, you guys can catch the full MMJHL game day number 3 stream on our YouTube page tonight. All games are going to be free to watch until the 2024 portion of the schedule. Will give you guys a free run at things to see how we do things, what you're going to be getting once you do pay the $5. But that game, of course, not ending. You can catch the full first period. That was the only one played. But outside of the other games that have ended, the St. Boniface Riels were up 2-0 tonight in the 5-game slate of action against the Fort Garry Twins. But Fort Garry scored 4 unanswered in that second period, added 2 more in the third to go up 6-2. They're on a 3-game winning streak, looking for win number 4. Sloan Tremblay, team captain, with a huge 3-goal performance tonight for a hat trick, leading Fort Garry to what looks like a victory for the Transcon Railer Express, taking on a non-playoff team in the River East Royal Knights tonight, Transcona taking care of business, up 3-1, shutout breaking in the third period as they were up 2-0, heading into that final period of action. 26-22 are the shots for them, with 3 different goal scorers in Turner, Todoruk, and Bruchansky. Maslow scoring the only goal for the River East Knights. In a game that was close, in the second period of action, when we last talked to you guys on stream earlier tonight, it was the St. James Junior Canucks taking on the Raiders Junior Hockey Club. St. James up 1-0 after the first 2 goals for both teams in the second period. St. James adding on 2 in the third period to looking like they'll win this one 5-2 with 6:29 remaining in the third period of action. Finally, to the other game that I haven't talked about yet, the Stonewall Jets against the Charleswood Hawks. This one just finished the second period, that is. This game started at 8 p.m. Charleswood, 4 unanswered goals in the first period of play. Carlson with 2 of them, Morrison and Hugan with the others. The only goal scorer for the Jets constant in period number 2. The lone goal there as Charleswood leading 4-1 heading into that final period of action with shots low at 12 apiece. So taking a look at the standings heading into the rest of the games in the mmjhl. Into Thursday, the St. James Junior Canucks will still be in first place, looking for win number 21 tonight. They're 23-0-1 heading into tonight's action. They'll be going up against a Vix team that, well, I think technically they'll still be at 11-10-3 heading into Thursday night's action here on GShow Productions from the Centennial. It's going to be a lot of fun, everybody. Be sure to check out mmjhl.ca for more information about what's going to be going down and stuff like that. We're going to take a transition quickly here, and we'll be back for some more coverage to do with the mmjhl, looking at some league leaders and previewing what's to come here ahead of a busy end to the 2023 portion of the schedule here on GShow Productions for Episode 6 of the official Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League podcast. Stay tuned, everyone. And welcome back to Episode 6 of the mmjhl podcast here on GShow Productions. Started things off with some highlights as well as talking to first-year head coach in the mmjhl and of the Victorias, St. Vital and Tyler Anderson. Loving his teams compete, but a lot more stuff to clean up, as he had alluded to. This team being in a slump right now and being without their captain in Denny Gagnon. But yeah, going to get into the point leaders here in the mmjhl. Heading into this upcoming weekend of action, this week of action. It's still Tyrone Willen, who leads the league in points with 49-25 games played. We'll have a chance to see him here on Thursday night, hopefully, as the Canucks will be in St. Vital to take on the Vix. They'll be in the area. But yeah, Rylan Hugan is 2 points behind him. 25 games played. They both have that same amount. He's at 47 points compared to Willen at 49. Check out the rest of the point leaders there at mmjhl.ca. Brady Whiteley and Tyrone Willen also top 2 in assists. Whiteley, senior defenseman, veteran defenseman for the Canucks, 30 assists in 25 games played. Super impressive. Derek Wiebe had a chance to see him tonight, tied with Tyrone Willen for second in assists. Along with Peyton Bateman for the Stonewall Jets with 27. And then the goal leaders, none other than Rylan Hugan, who's at 28. Tyrone Willen gaining some ground, though, 22 goals compared to the 6 that Hugan has on him, which is the 6 more at 28. Sloan Tremblay also in the top 3 heading into tonight. 3 goals added to his tally, so his number is going to go up to potentially second with 24. But if we take a look at the goaltending stats, even though he only has 1 loss on the season at this point, no goaltender has been better than Noah Gilbert, who has 13 wins, only 1 loss, a .921 save percentage. Second in wins is Logan Enns of the Pembina Valley Twisters, which we didn't have a chance to see him tonight. We saw Matt Grisiak instead at 11 wins, 6 losses, only 1 tie, and a .909 save percentage. We're going to get to the schedule here for the upcoming games in the mmjhl in terms of what's on tap here to finish off the 2023 portion of the schedule. So only 2 teams that will be in action will be featured here on GShow Productions on Thursday night, and that is the St. James Junior Canucks taking on the St. Vital Junior Victorias at 7:30 p.m. We're going to have a pregame show for you guys probably 10 minutes before, but stay tuned for our updates on GShow Productions on our website, or gshow.ca on our website, as well as our social media handles. And then there's only going to be 4 games in action in the final day of games in 2023. On December 22nd, the Riels at home to take on the River East Royal Knights at 7:30, and the rest of the games going at 8. The Pembina Valley Twisters in Morris to take on the Charleswood Hawks. Stonewall Jets and Stonewall to take on the Fort Garry Twins, and the Railer Express playing at Ed Golding Arena, which is also known as East End, taking on the Raiders Junior Hockey Club. And then we're on to 2024 here in the mmjhl. Honestly, the St. James Junior Canucks starting off the way they did, kind of expected so far this season. The St. Vital Junior Victorias, them sliding the way they have, didn't really see this coming, but seems like this is a traditional slump that they end up making their way out of. So we'll see how St. Vital progresses as this season comes to an end. The Riels playing some of their best hockey in years to start off this year. The Twisters really starting to heat up. The Raiders back in the playoff picture. And the Fort Garry Twins outside of the playoff picture right now, which is kind of unfamiliar territory for them the past little while. And for the River East Royal Knights, well, they got the talent, but back into a familiar place, which is outside looking in on a playoff spot, as they struggled very much for the past decade. But GShow Productions will be back here on Thursday night for another mmjhl game day between the Victorias and the St. James Junior Canucks in a rematch of last year's final. The Vics looking to lead in the season series 2-1. One of these teams looking to take the lead in the season series heading into the new year. Want to thank Terrico along with Mid Canada Fasteners and Tools and Goaltenders for sponsoring tonight's edition of the show. We'll have more live streams tomorrow for you guys. MFHL game day coming tomorrow. Ice versus the Central Plains Capitals. Thank you to my camera crew tonight, and Graham Xavier Freilich and Jonathan Ellison, giving you guys the wave and the peace out from where you can't see them on the screen. Until next Tuesday night, everybody, when we might be back for another edition of the mmjhl podcast. I'm not sure yet. Graham the G-Show Forsyth giving you the salute, peacing out, and saying so long on this Tuesday night. Check us out on social media, everybody, to get our updates, or on our website at gshow.ca. See you Thursday night for the next mmjhl game day between the Vics and the Junior Canucks. We'll have the outro take us away now. Here, signing off from St. Vital Centennial Arena. Take care, everybody.